Today's session is all about the shoulders and the neck. So we'll be looking at ways that we can build strength in the shoulder girdle as well as mobility, and also how we can release tension in that area that's often built up from postural habits that we have in the lifestyle that we often lead in the modern world over computers and phones. So come to a comfortable seat. And as you inhale, just lift the arms up over the head, interlace the hands and press the palms away from you up towards the ceiling. Inhaling as you grow nice and tall out through the spine. Exhale as you feel the weight of the seat bones just grounding into the earth. Just focusing today on keeping that gaze forward and the neck nice and neutral with the spine. So we're trying to change those postural habits of the head dropping down. And as you exhale, I just want you to draw the elbows down in line with the shoulders. Make fists with the hands, just creating some imaginary resistance as you draw the arms down. And then inhale as you lift the arms back up to the sky. Exhale as you draw the elbows back in line with the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale as you lift back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Last time, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And then this time, exhale and lower, but hold it there. Squeezing the elbows back away from each other. And then just take the hands behind you so that the hands interlace behind the back. Not trying to squeeze the heels of the hands together, but just interlocking the fingers and slightly elevating the arms away from the back body. Lift the chest. Notice if you've lowered the gaze, just keep that gaze forward. Imagine that you're actually drawing the head back and up away from you. Take a big inhale. And then exhale as you release. Just give the shoulders a little roll, maybe the head and the neck a little bit of movement. Creep the left fingertips away from you and let the right arm come up over the head as you inhale. And then take hold of the left ear with the right hand as you lean the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching into the neck. Not applying too much pressure, just a gentle pressure with the hand, and maybe lifting the bottom hand off the mat and flexing the wrist and pressing the heel of the hand away. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, just turn your gaze towards the right knee. So you turn the head slightly, keep the chin tucked, and just feel the change in the area of the neck that you're now lengthening. Taking a breath there. And then exhale as you come back to center, release. Creep the right fingertips away from you this time. Inhale the left arm up and over the head as you find the right ear with that left hand and leaning the head down towards the left shoulder. Just feeling every time that you inhale an expansion in any area that you can feel might need that space, and relaxing it every time that you exhale. Turning the chin now towards the left knee and the gaze as you keep the chin tucked and just feeling that slight change again in the area of the neck that you're now working into. Take a breath in. And exhale as you release, bring everything back to center. Take both arms out to the sides in a T shape and just cross the right arm under the left so you bring your arms into eagle position. Lifting the elbows up in line with the shoulders and pressing the forearms slightly away from the face. Okay, take a little round in the upper back. So that you're pressing the upper back away from you towards the back of the space. And then let the arms gently tilt towards the left side as you let the right ear lower down towards the right shoulder. Good, then slowly unravel. Take the arms back out to the sides. This time crossing the left arm underneath, bringing it into that eagle position, and then letting the arms tilt to the right hand side, ear towards that left shoulder. Good. And unravel. Just give the neck and shoulders a little bit of movement again. And then just bring yourself into a tabletop position and take what we call cat, where you press the floor away and round the upper back. Good. And then release, tuck the toes and make your way up into downward facing dog. A little bit of movement, maybe pedal one knee then the other, flip the feet, maybe give the hips a little wiggle from side to side, anywhere that you feel that you need a little bit of movement. And start to focus on the breath if you've lost it. Deep inhales and long, slow exhales. Look into the hands, just walk yourself all the way to the top of the mat. And just let yourself hang heavy just for a few moments. Take opposite elbows, let the knees be nice and soft. So you're releasing down the whole back of the body. An area that we are trying to strengthen today, that we're going to work, but also try to release. Peeling up the spine nice and slowly, all the way to standing. Inhale, let the arms lift up over the head. Exhale as the hands come down to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, this time fold all the way down to the earth. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale as you step back to plank, one foot followed by the other. Release the knees down and lower yourself all the way down in a nice straight line. Belly and chest lands at pretty much the same time onto the earth. Inhale as you press up to cobra, and then lift the hands, just let the hands hover off the mat, but keep the tops of the feet pressed down into the earth. Exhale as you release, and then take it back into a tabletop position. Find that cat position as you press the upper back up to the sky, and then downward facing dog. Good. Right leg, take it high as you inhale to three-legged dog. Flex that foot, press out through that heel. Exhale as you bring the knee forward, step the foot to the top of the mat into a low lunge. Release that left knee all the way down to the earth. Inhale, arms come up over the head. And taking hold of opposite elbows this time. So imagine that you're almost drawing the elbows, pulling slightly on the forearms or the elbows away from each other. Pressing the hips and the pelvis forward. Take a breath in. Exhale as you release the hands all the way down to the earth, and you're going to step back into downward facing dog. Good. Roll forward into plank, so ripple through the spine, releasing the knees down again. So every time that we vinyasa, releasing the knees down first. Inhale as you lift the hands again up off the mat in your cobra position, creating strength in the upper back. Exhale, release, press back into tabletop, cat the back as you press the mat away. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Left leg this time, inhale to three-legged dog. Exhale as you bring the knee towards the nose and then step the foot to the top of the mat. Releasing the right knee down. Inhale, arms up over the head. This time, take hold of opposite elbows but behind the back. So maybe you just take hold of the forearms if you can't quite meet the elbows. And then same principle as before. Staying in that lunge, working into the legs, but lifting the chest and the gaze up, drawing the shoulders back. Big breath in. Exhale, release the hands down, stepping it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, release the knees to take the pressure off the shoulders as you lower down. This time, bring the hands down by the side, palms facing down, and press into the floor as you lift the chest and the head up as you inhale. Exhale as you lower, hands come back down either side of the chest, and this time take it straight back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg goes high first this time. Bend the knee and open the hip. Inhale as you bring that left foot forward to the top of the mat. Exhale as you open to warrior two. Bring the hands to the hips in this variation of warrior two. Set the legs and then bring the arms up over the head. So we're going to reach up nice and tall, just like we did in the beginning. And as you exhale, you're going to imagine that you're creating a little bit of imaginary resistance as you bring the elbows again in line with the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Now hold it here, feeling that engagement of the upper back, and then extend the front arm forward and then the back arm, so that you're now in that standard warrior two position. But see if you can feel that engagement of the upper back as you hold it there. Good. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands back to the earth, back to low lunge, and step it back to downward facing dog. Ripple forward into plank. Again, exhale, release the knees, lower all the way down to the earth. Same as before, hands by the sides, hands and feet press into the mat as you just lift the head and the chest. So we're working more into the upper back than the lower back here. Good. And then press into the hands, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes high, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, bring the foot forward to the top of the mat. As you spin the back foot down, open them to warrior two on the opposite side. So again, hands to the hips first. Set the legs nice and strong. Bend into that front knee so it's over the ankle. Reach the arms up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale as you imagine that you're almost doing a pull-up with the arms as you draw them down the back. Extend the front arm forward first and then the back, keeping that engagement in the upper back muscles. Inhale. And then exhale, windmill the hands down to the earth, low lunge, downward facing dog. Ripple forward to plank as you release the knees all the way down onto the belly. And this time reaching the arms forward out in front of you. And then as you lift the chest and the head, same principle, draw the arms back, elbows come in line with the shoulders, so you're squeezing the shoulder blades together just like you did in that warrior two position. Good. Keeping the head nice and neutral with the spine, so not dropping the head down or looking too far up. Inhale. And exhale as you release. Bring the hands either side of the shoulders as you press back into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high to the sky. So same leg again, open the hip, bend the knee. Step the foot forward to the top of the mat. Open up to warrior two. Then hands to the hips. Same as before, reach the arms up over the head as you inhale. Exhale as you pull down. Extend that front arm forward. And slight change this time, we're going to take that back arm behind the back. So you're going to try and find that right hip. Straighten in the front leg. So we're coming into our half bound triangle as you reach the front arm forward and then down towards that front foot. In this variation, looking down towards that front foot, but trying to keep that openness in that left shoulder. Lift the kneecaps so the legs are engaged and nice and strong. Take a breath in, And then as you exhale, I want you to soften the front knee and start to lift the back foot off the mat into your half moon position. If you can, keeping that arm behind the back bound, using the front arm to stabilize you either on a block or on the ground in front of you. Some of you who want to take it a little bit further and test the balance can even start to lift that bottom arm up off the floor and see if you can just hold the hand to the heart and find that balance. Good, releasing the hand down if you lifted it, and then lifting the top arm up to the sky into your full half moon position. And then slowly finding your way back to warrior two with as much control as you can. Nice, windmill the hands down to the earth, low lunge, and then take the right leg all the way back up to the sky into three-legged dog. Either stay there if you want to take a wild thing and open the heart space in the chest. And then come back down to downward facing dog. Good, left leg goes high, inhale, bend the knee, open the hip, step the foot forward to the top of the mat. Warrior two as you come up, hands to the hips. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, find that resistance as you pull the arms down. Keeping that resistance, front arm goes forward, back arm goes out and then behind the back, trying to find that left hip crease. Straightening that front leg, inhale as you find length by reaching forward first. Exhale, hand comes down towards that front leg. Looking towards that front foot, keeping that right shoulder as open as you can. Take a breath in. And then exhale, bending into that front knee with as much control as possible. Find that transition into that half moon position. Taking any variation maybe that you took on the first side. Try not to get frustrated with the body if the balance isn't quite perfect. And then slowly, once you open that top arm up to the sky, just coming back into warrior two with as much control as you can. Windmill the hands down towards the floor, low lunge. Inhale, left leg goes back up to the sky, three-legged dog. Maybe staying there or maybe coming into wild thing for a couple of breaths. Good, and then making your way back to downward dog wherever you are. Release the knees down, just press back into child's pose just for a breath. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. Final little bit in our standing sequence. Inhale, left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hip. Final time, step the foot forward, open up into warrior two, hands to the hips. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale as you pull the elbows down, engage the upper back. Straighten both arms this time. And then we're going to find our eagle arms that we took earlier. So right arm under the left. Try not to let the legs lose their strength as you're focusing on the upper body. Let the arms lean away towards the left side and let the right ear drop towards the right shoulder. Good, take a big breath in. Exhale as you windmill the hands down. As you release, step back to downward facing dog. Straight into the last side, right leg goes high, inhale. Open the hip, bend the knee. Exhale, step it forward, warrior two. Inhale as you lift the arms up overhead. Exhale as you pull the elbows down. Straighten the arms out to the sides. Wrapping the left arm under the right, and then once you're in that eagle position, letting the arms lean towards the right hand side, squeezing the forearms together, and let the left ear lower towards the left shoulder. Take a big breath in, and then exhale as you release, windmill the hands down, step it back into downward facing dog. Good, look to the hands, bend the knees and just take a little hop towards the top of the mat to meet the hands. Trying to land as lightly as you can. And then take a halfway lift as you inhale, exhale as you fold. Rise back to stand as you inhale, hands to heart center as you exhale. Just step the right foot back and turn yourself parallel so that the feet are facing the right hand side. And then just fold yourself forward so you're in a wide-legged forward fold, bringing the hands down towards the earth. Taking the right hand forward, so away from underneath the shoulders. Don't let the hips and the legs start to move forward. Just take the right hand away from you. And then take the left hand so that you hold on to that right leg. Now take a little bend in the left knee. And then I also want you to bend into the left elbow and feel that space, that fleshy part of the shoulder and the upper back as it releases. Inhale and exhale. Good, release and change over. So left hand is out in front of you. Right hand comes to the outside of the left ankle or the left calf. Taking a little bend in that right knee just to give you a little bit more space. And bend into that right elbow. Maybe a slight rounding even in the upper back to get a little bit more. And slowly release. Nice, bring yourself back to center. Hands underneath the shoulders now. Halfway lift as you inhale. And then exhale, fold. Bring the hands to the hips. And nice flat back as you bring yourself all the way up to standing. Take yourself back to the top of the mat facing forward. Final sun salutation to finish. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale as you fold. Halfway as you inhale. And stepping back to plank as you exhale. Taking a full vinyasa this time if you'd like to, or just releasing the knees down. Coming all the way down onto the belly. Inhaling up to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the earth. Come all the way down onto the belly. Hands come down by the sides, palms facing down. Lift the head and the shoulders like we did before, but this time you're going to lift the feet as well, but keep the hands pressing into the mat. Big breath in. Big breath out as you release back down to the earth. Good, hands come forward, elbows directly under the shoulders into Sphinx position. Slight engagement in the belly and squeezing into the glutes and engaging the legs just to protect the lower spine. You can always take the hands further away if it becomes too much. And then release down onto the belly. So final stretch into the shoulders. Bring the right hand so it is in a cactus shape to the side of you, elbow in line with the shoulder. And then bend the left foot in towards the bum. And then just let the left foot come over behind you so that you start to lean in towards that right shoulder. Staying on the fingertips of the left hand outstretched in front of you. So it's slightly different to the arm being straight here. Shoulder stretches slightly deeper. Good. Reverse sides. So cactus the left arm. Elbow stays in line with the shoulder. And then right arm comes out to the side as you bend the right foot this time. And that right foot just goes over the back of the body towards that left side. Just being nice and careful here, leaning into the posture so that you feel a stretch, but don't go too far into the shoulder. Take a breath in. And then exhale as you release back down onto the belly. Really nice. And then just simply roll over onto the back and find your Shavasana. Let yourself just completely relax. Let the body start to restore and rejuvenate from the practice. Let everything become nice and heavy into the earth. Take a big final breath in and a big sigh out through the mouth. Give yourself a few moments before you start to go back into the rest of the day. Just bringing an awareness into how the shoulders and the neck are feeling now. And just letting yourself take a few moments of relaxation before you bring yourself up to seated. Take your time, take as much time as you need, and have a beautiful day.